Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. For all you guys tuning in for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Consider joining the membership and becoming part of the Triple G Gaming Squad. For all you guys returning, I appreciate the love and the commitment to the channel and to the community as we come through with more and more Warpath content. Today's video is going to be good. It is going to be about how the buffs work between City Level 1, City Level 2, and City Level 3. There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to how the buffs stack and also some of the commanding rights and such. So if you guys are interested to know a little bit more or need to share the video with some of the new players or players who don't understand, give them the link and let's get started with the video, guys. Let's dive straight into this, guys. So we have the city level 1, 2, and 3. A lot of people had a lot of questions about the nodes within them, and what I mean by nodes, I am talking about the structures that can be taken within a city, usually consisting of forts, transport nodes, and nodes that would be offensive and defensive or have buffs, and then also the combat command, which is in the center usually, and that gives commanding rights. Okay, guys, so let's jump into this real quick. Let me get out my nifty little spreadsheet. So in a city level 1, and let's go ahead and jump to one real quick. Within a level 1 city, you have certain nodes, okay? And I'm not going to go over the transport nodes because all that does is allow you to go to the next city. It does not do anything additional other than first capture rewards, which is good, but we're not talking about capture rewards. Let's just go over buffs specifically. So once an alliance starts taking buffs, and inside a city level 1, we have the military storage zone, which is a troop speed up of 5%, the offensive command center firepower, which is 5%, the military industrial zone, which is building materials, 5%, defensive command center, which is a durability of 5%, military tech zone, which is the tech speed of 5%. Now, the thing about this is that once you have taken these nodes and you have it, there are a couple rules that apply, and I want to go over some of these rules, okay? Rule number 1 is that building buffs of the same type in cities of different levels will stack. What does that mean? That means that if I have a damage resistance or a firepower gain or durability gain of 5%, let's say, like this one talks about firepower of 5%. If I go into a city level 2 or a city level 3 and I take over the same type of node that gives that, it will stack. However, if I'm within the same city and one of these is the same exact buff, like in city level 2 where we have damage resistance or damage gain or whatever, so those will have multiple of them. There will be 2 of them. So if I take both of them, they will not stack. Okay, so that goes into the second point, guys. The same type of buffs in cities of the same level will not stack. Okay, so once again, as long as we have the same type of buff, no matter when we go up into the city levels, we will be able to get them. So firepower, I could get level 1, level 2, level 3, right? But I cannot have 2 of them within city level 2 or 2 of them within city level 1, so forth and so on, okay? The third point is different types of buffs from cities of the same level will all take effect. What does that mean? So like in city level 1 that we just talked about here, we have a troop speed of 5%, a firepower of 5%. Because those are different, they will stack with each other. Just they cannot be the exact same type. So we cannot have 2 durabilities, 2 firepowers, 2 building materials, and 2 troop speeds. I know I said that about 5 times, but I want to make sure very clear for everybody watching the video that they understand how the buffs stack. Now, Let's go to a city level 2 really quick. That way we can just view it. I know you guys, most of you guys have seen most of these cities. This one's a little bit different. And why is because this is where we get into the multiples, right? The other one, it really didn't mimic itself. It was all separate, different kind of buffs. This one does mimic. These forts, there are 4 of them down on the south side. And 2 of these forts will be damage resistant. And 2 of the forts will be damage attack damage. It should be attack damage and then damage resistance. All right, guys. And those won't stack. So if you take one fort and you take another fort that has the exact same thing, it's not going to do you any good. So take one of one kind, one of the other kind. The offensive command center and defensive command center are totally separate with having firepower and durability. So you don't have to worry about that. You can take both of them, and then the combatant command center so that you can get the governing rights of the city. And we will come back to those buffs here in a second. Now let's go back to our city and let's go to the level 3. The level 3 is going to have the same type of thing. You have forts once again. However, 2 of them are going to be on the south side. 2 of them are going to be on the north side up here. These 2 forts right here are going to be the same as city level 2. It's going to have attack damage and attack resistance, just this time 7% instead of 5%. And then this time we do not have an offensive or defense command center. Instead, we have 2 academies, one on the north side, one on the south side. This is going to give a 50% recovery speed. Now, the thing about this is, once again, they do not stack. So you don't take one of them here and then take another one here. The biggest question that most people have is that if I have some of these structures in one city and then I go to a completely different city that's a level 3 or a completely different city that's a level 2, will those buffs stack? No, they will not. What's classified as a city level 3, you will only be able to get the stacked buffs inside of here. When you take over something else, it's not going to work. So in essence, you get buffs from a 3, a 2, and a 1, period, point blank. Now let's move on so that I don't have to repeat that 90 billion times, because I know some of you guys might have got agitated and actually clicked off the video. But for you guys hanging on, let's go on to the supreme commanders and some of the things like that. So everybody, once you take the command center, is able to appoint people into these positions, and each one of these positions give bonuses. Okay, and so you can only be assigned one at a time, and there is a difference. So like the supreme commander, how it has all 10% here, in a city level 2 it's all 8%, and then a city level 1 it's all 5%. So you definitely want to be some of the highest city levels to get the most buffs out of that, if that makes sense, guys. Now, same thing with Deputy Supreme. This one is 10, 10, 20. Level 2 is 8, 8, 10, and then city level 1 is 5, 5, 5. So it's a drastic difference, so forth and so on. Now, the Supreme Commander can also give all of these buffs here, but these guys, Defense Minister, Arms Minister, Building Minister, and Resource Minister, they are the ones that have to appoint the ones beneath them, not the Supreme Commander, not the Deputy Commander. So I want to bring that up in this video about how these buffs exactly work and how they can stack for you and your alliance. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is something very interesting, and that is some of the things that happen whenever you're a Supreme Commander. So the Supreme Commander has a specific function that is different than everybody else, and because of it, there's actually some flaws in the system. And so one of them being that whenever you try to leave an alliance, if you are a Supreme Commander, you're not going to be able to leave the alliance. In the same way, if you don't want to give up the tag Supreme Commander, then something else happens. Somebody has to take the actual node and then reissue a new Supreme Commander. So they would literally have to kill the territory touching it, retake it with another alliance, and then reissue a Supreme Commander. So it's a big headache. I'll go over that in a separate video, guys, about these exploits when it comes to the Supreme Commander, because I know some of you guys might be interested to it, but I don't want to have a super long video. So anyway, guys, if you guys thought the video was helpful, leave a thumbs up and a like, and we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.